my worst enemy, the flesh that's covering me, brings me down to my knees.
Welcome to Sermons in the Park, a ministry exploring biblical truth from the Word of God, focusing on the truths that help us in our daily walk with Christ in every aspect of our lives. Now, here is your Reverend, Jamie McCaskill.
Back in 2018, I think. I know I watched it when it was first released, or at least I first heard about it. So what I want to do with that, I've been wanting to do a review for it for a while, so here we are for this, right? I want to talk about this film because, like, after I watched it, it left a very deep impression on me. And it's one that, it's not just a cinematic experience, right? But it's a thought-provoking journey into one of life's most profound questions. The movie that I'm talking about, of course, is you see the picture, the thumbnail, you already know what it is, but it's Interview with God, and it came out back in 2018. It's a Christian drama. It's very, very, it very, very skillfully blends storytelling with theology. If you've ever wrestled with questions about, things like faith or purpose, or even just the nature of God, then this film will speak very, very directly to those inquiries, okay? Let's dive into what makes this film, in my opinion, such a very compelling watch. The movie, like I said, it's entitled Interview with God, and it introduces us to a man named Paul Asher. Now, Paul Asher in the movie, is a young journalist who's played, let me make sure to say this very skillfully, by, I'm probably going to butcher his last name, but his first name's Brenton Thwaites. And Paul Asher is grappling with a myriad of very personal struggles. He when you watch the movie, I'm trying not to spoil too much, but he recently returned from he's a journalist, right? He just come back from covering the war, and he finds that his faith has been shaken. His marriage is on very, very rocky grounds, and because of all of this, his sense of purpose has become very clouded. And then out of the blue, he receives this very extraordinary opportunity. He gets to have 3 interviews with a man who claims that he is God. Oh, and this God in this movie is portrayed by the very brilliant actor David Strathairn. Over the course of these conversations that they have, Paul's perspective on life, on faith, and even his own choices are challenged and reshaped. The performances are, let's just say, a standout, because David Strathairn, his portrayal of God is just masterful. He offers a very calm but yet commanding presence. His performance captures the paradox of God's infinite wisdom and his gentle understanding of human frailty. Now, Brenton Thwaites, he also delivers an emotionally charged performance as Paul. He brings an authenticity to the character, right, who's burdened with guilt, with doubt, and confusion. Now, the heart of this film is, as you could guess, in its dialogue, because they're having conversations, right? You have conversations between this man, Paul, and God. It's very rich with, theology and philosophy. These exchanges that take place between the two men touch on topics like, free will, suffering, faith, and forgiveness. All the time remaining very accessible to a very wide audience. The script, it does in my opinion, a very amazing job of presenting, these profound questions without them being too cliche, or we are receiving these simplistic answers. They invite the viewer to reflect and to engage, with your own beliefs. Now, the cinematography for the film adds to the reflective tone as well. All of the natural lighting and the serene settings that you see, it all creates an almost meditative atmosphere, you could say. It draws you in, you know, with into the gravity of the conversations. Really, the visual aesthetic complements the film's nature. It's very introspective. Okay, it makes you feel like a silent participant in the interviews. Now, what sets the film apart, in my opinion, is just how relatable it is. You have Paul, who is struggling with disillusionment in his faith, along with with what's going on in his marriage, and he's searching for purpose. All of that is very universal. It makes the story resonate very deeply. No matter where you're standing in your faith. The film also does not shy away from the complexity of our human experiences. It makes it both authentic as well as impactful. One of the most powerful aspects of this film is how it explores free will and suffering. The very idea that God allows human beings the freedom to make a choice, even when that choice will lead to pain. You'll see if you watch the film that that's very central to the narrative. It highlights the importance of faith while you're dealing with uncertainty, as well as the redemptive power of grace. All of these themes are woven into the film seamlessly, leaving you with a lot to ponder on long after you've watched it. I've watched the film 3 or 4 times. I've actually taken time to recommend it to people. Now, unlike some of these films, by that I mean faith-based films, it avoids being what some people will call preachy. Instead, it goes for subtlety, for a thought-provoking approach, right? It respects the intelligence of the audience as well as the spiritual curiosity. It provides an experience that is both engaging as well as spiritually enriching. It focuses on dialogue and character development, and that makes it feel like, well, I should say less like a sermon and more just like an honest conversation that two people are having about faith and doubt. Now, Interview with God is a very beautiful, very introspective film. It tackles some of the biggest questions, with grace and intelligence. Now, whether you're firm in your faith or if you're somebody who's struggling with doubt, or if you're just curious about spiritual matters, in my opinion, this movie offers something of value to all of you. It reminds us that our questions, no matter how daunting they are, they're worth asking. And that God actually answers, even though sometimes it's unexpected, are very profound. Now, if you have not seen it yet, like I said, I very, very highly recommend it. Go give it a watch. I'm pretty sure you can find it somewhere. It may be even free on YouTube now. Because like I said, it is a film that's going to stay with you. It's going to prompt you to reflect and perhaps even It might even spark meaningful conversation between you and some friends. Now, thank you. I want. This is something different that I'm doing here. You know, I haven't done these, but I want to say thank you for letting me do this. Talk about this incredible movie. I would love to hear what you think about it. You know, have you seen it? Are you planning on watching it? You know, maybe I've given you an idea to go watch it, but I'd love to hear what you think. Comment down below on YouTube or over on the podcast, wherever you're listening to this. And until next time, I want to ask you to take care of yourselves. You know, keep exploring life's biggest questions and continue to listen here on Sermons in the Park. I love each and every one of you. I pray God continues to bless and keep you, and I'll see you all soon.
You have been listening to Sermons in the Park with Reverend Jamie McCaskill. Be sure to follow us on YouTube, BitChute, and Rumble. And as always, thank you for listening.
There's joy for the morning, sinner be still. Earth has no sorrow, heaven can't heal. Earth has no sorrow, heaven can't heal. So